Okay, so my name is Prashant. I am one of the faculty member at IDM Institute of Digital Marketing. In next few months, you will learn under my mentorship about the different prospect of digital marketing. And we will start from scratch because this course will go scratch to the advanced level of digital marketing. And in this digital marketing module, we will cover around 8 to 16 module depend upon which program you have enrolled for, and every module will come up with a three type of practical assignment. First you will do it on a dummy project, then you will do it on a live project, and then you will deal with clients and work on real client project. So every after every module there will be a one or two live practical assignment which you have to work on because it's a practical learning way of digital marketing. So let's start our first module, which is introduction of digital marketing, what digital marketing actually means and why it is different from other type of marketing. So basically, digital marketing have lots of definition. If you go to Google or Wikipedia or HubSpot, every definition is totally different. So basically, the definition I used to taught or I used to teach to student is digital marketing is way of promoting, engaging, and advertising on different digital mediums. And that digital medium can be anything. That digital medium can be social media, it can be search engine, it can be mobile application we are using in our mobile devices. So digital marketing is way of promoting, engaging, and advertising with your audience, with your customers on any digital medium. Now, there is another definition which is written here. You can see here, digital marketing is a process of building and maintaining customer relationship through online activity to facilitate the exchange of idea, product, services that satisfy the goal of both parties. So this is more like a technical definition, but in simple terms, if someone asks you in a job or in an internship, or maybe a client asks you, okay, what is digital marketing? So in simple words, it's a way of promoting your product, your services online using any digital medium like search engine like Google, Bing, or Yahoo, or social media like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or mobile application we are downloading from Play Store or iOS store. A simple three word definition will be, in plain English, will be getting found online. So digital marketing all means getting found online. If your customer is finding your uh, local listing or your Facebook page or your Instagram account or your website or your email ID or any other kind of platform, they are finding it online, it's an example of digital marketing. So if you have a page on Instagram or Facebook where you are maybe writing a blog, or maybe you are selling a product directly from that blog, so you are doing some kind of digital marketing. You are not doing digital advertising, you are doing digital marketing. Digital marketing and digital advertising are two different things. Marketing means creating your presence on internet, and advertising means running advertisements on different channels by paying money to those channels like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Google ads. Marketing means simple, that you are creating your presence on internet and you are engaging with the audience, and you are promoting your content on various digital channels. Now, the next thing, which is digital marketing overview, which is why are people going online. The main thing is why people are going online, because thing is answer for this question is why people are going. Everyone go online for different reasons. For me, I go online basically to consume news. I watch a lot of news, I read a lot of newspapers, I read a lot of blogs, I watch videos on Netflix a lot. So the primary reason for me to going online is for entertainment content or consuming the news, or maybe using Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. But for you it can be different. Maybe for you it will be like watching movies or watching musical videos, or maybe chatting with your friends. Maybe you are a student, so you are doing some kind of assignment, or you are doing some kind of research on internet. Maybe you are a business person and you are looking for leads or how to grow your business. So every person have a different reason to go online, and we divided those regions in few points. The number one is for information purposes. So we need information about anything, whether it's a product we need to buy like a mobile device, or we are looking for a service, maybe our automobile service or our refrigerator service, or maybe we want to visit a particular location like IDM Institute of Digital Marketing headquarters. So to find out that information, we are going online. The second one, we, and mostly 70 to 80% people go online when they have a question, when they have a query, when they have a question, when they have a doubt, and they don't know the exact answer, they go online or they type it on Google. That's why we use a term Google it. When someone asks us something and we don't have an answer, we say, come on, yaar, Google it, Google it, Google it. So because Google will give us the exact answer. So when we have a question like what is digital marketing is a question, what is social media marketing is a question, and if we need the exact answer for that question, we will go online and find out the right answer. Now the third one is when we are looking some kind of help, maybe help from about our research paper or the assignment we are doing, maybe some kind of help from some kind of blogger or some kind of influencer, some kind of particular party. Maybe we need a have a question or a query and we need that answer. So we also go online to find help. And the last one is meeting attendance, business contacts, general information, new employee, available jobs. So these are also the other points we go online. Or there are other options also available. We also go online for entertainment purposes, whether it's Disney Hotstar, Netflix, or Amazon Prime. We also go online to listen music, whether it's Prime, Spotify, or Ghana.com. We go online to watch YouTube videos, maybe an influencer video, maybe a stand-up comedy, or maybe a movie promo. We go online to check status on our Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We go online to chat with our friends on WhatsApp and Messenger. We go online frequently to check our email on Gmail, Yahoo, or Rediff. We go online to shopping from Amazon, Flipkart, or book hotel from Oyo, Make My Trip, or GoIDBO. We go online to pay bills on PhonePe, Paytm. We go online for net banking, credit card application, or if we are searching for a course, digital marketing or data science. So everyone have a different need, but the result is same. And the result is that everyone is going online. And according to a survey conducted by HubSpot of India, average Indian young person spend 3 to 4 hours online. That's the average time. In urban cities, we spend more than that. You have a phone, go to your phone setting. There is a section where you can find out how much time you have spent on which application. And you can actually measure the time you are spending on internet. So my average time is 7 to 8 hours. So I use 7 to 8 hours internet daily. And the average Indian spend 3 to 4 hours, because in rural areas, people spend less time on internet because they are not so much active on all other applications. So if you check your average time, I can assure you it will be greater than 4 hours or maybe 5 hours. Whether it's your online classes or study material or for entertainment purposes, you are also spending 4 to 5 hours online. And why this is happening? Why there is a sudden boom of digital marketing and why we are so online these days? The answer is the affordable phone and cheap data and broadband connectivity to the villages. With this Geo initiative in 2017, now the 4G data is really cheap. Everyone can afford, because there are 500 rupees, you can get 3 month 2 GB daily data. And the phones, now you can buy phones less than 7 to 8,000 rupees smartphone. They will not be like OnePlus or Samsung, but they will work. So because of this affordable mobile phones and cheap data, everyone is online these days. And everyone is using internet. Also, the broadband connectivity to the villages, the Digital India initiative by Government of India, now the broadband connectivity has reached to the villages of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, even the seven sisters, the Northeast. Internet connectivity also reached there, the broadband connectivity. Also, the island like Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar. And for example, we have a student from Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. how small that island is, how much population they have. Only 4,000 to 5,000 people are living in this Andaman and Nicobar. And in broadband reach there, internet connectivity reach there. Now we have students from there. We have students from the small villages of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. We have a student from Naxal affected area from Chhattisgarh. Why? All because of the Digital India initiative reaching broadband to villages. Also, the 4G is really cheap and the mobile phones are really affordable. Even the desktop and laptops are these days are really affordable. You can buy a normal Chromebook or a laptop for a study purpose in 15 to 20,000. Earlier in 2010, it cost around 50 to 60,000. I remember the first laptop I bought for my study or my project was 45,000 rupees. Now you can get a normal laptop in 15 to 20,000 rupees, even the tablet or mobile phone. So this is the world is changing. Now everyone is online. Earlier we used to uh, deal with the offline method like reading newspapers, watching televisions, getting information from the hoardings or billboards on the pamphlets people circulate. Now we get information online. Nowadays, no one watch TV or newspaper or read newspaper. If you want to watch something, you go to YouTube, Netflix, Prime, or Sony Pix. If you want to read a newspaper, you go to e-newspapers, timesofindia.com or hindustanindia.com. If you want to watch something, a series or a movie, you go to Prime, Netflix. If you want to watch a cricket match, you go to Disney Hotstar. If you want to watch a musical video, stand-up comedy, or maybe a short series, you go to YouTube video to do that. And the social media network also is an example of getting people online. Everyone have an account there. Even my parents above 65 years are using WhatsApp, Facebook frequently. So this is the benefit of getting online. And when everyone is online, and the estimate number of Indian population which is online is 675 million. That means half of the Indian population. Out of 2%, 1% is on internet. And when companies see these numbers, they start investing more on digital advertising. And when they start investing more on digital advertising, it creates job, a lot of job. Right now in digital marketing, there are 20 lakh jobs available. And how many digital marketer we have? Those who can apply for that jobs, only less than 1 lakh. So now jobs are more, but digital marketer are less because people don't know about digital marketing right now that much. Colleges don't provide these kind of degrees or this kind of courses. So people don't have information, knowledge, or skill. So right now jobs are more, applicant are less. But in coming years, in next 4 to 5 years, applicant will be more because people are started understanding about digital marketing. They start learning about digital marketing, and there will be a time when job will be less and applicant will be more. So to right time to learn digital marketing is this time. You can't wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year because then there will be a lot of competition, and then you have to beat everyone. You have to be perfect. Right now, if you are average, still you will get a really good job in digital marketing because the jobs are really, really high as compared to the number of applicants. Now let's come to why businesses are investing more on digital marketing as compared to traditional marketing. Before 2015, businesses are investing a lot on traditional marketing. They are investing 10 to 15 crore on traditional marketing before 2015. But after 2015, they started spending more on digital advertising. Why? Because obviously they are seeing some kind of benefit. That's why they are investing. Obviously, you will invest money where you are getting a return, like a bank deposit. You will do a FD or buy a share or stocks when you are seeing that I am getting some kind of return. Same like businesses are doing. They are investing on digital marketing because they are getting return on investment. We call it ROI in digital marketing. So why digital marketing is better than traditional marketing? So already I told you one point why digital marketing is better than traditional marketing is that because the lots of people are on internet as compared to TV devices and newspapers. But there are other more points to this why digital marketing is better than traditional marketing. And number one is puts consumer in the control. Digital marketing puts consumers in the control. That means Consumer have to decide where he want to buy it, what time he want to buy it, whether he want to interact with the customer care or not. The consumer here is in full control. He like shopping in Amazon. He will open the Amazon website or application. He will check the product. He will compare the product. He will read the review, and then he will decide whether he want to buy it or he don't want to buy it. No one will disturb him. No one will unnecessarily force him to buy something. Neither he have to visit somewhere. By sitting it on sofa or laying on the bed, he can actually buy the product, or just do a window shopping on mobile application. He can do shopping in the night, morning, midnight, early morning. He can pay cash and delivery or directly online payment. He don't need to worry about to collect the product. The product will be delivered at their home. So here customer is totally in control. If he want to return something, he just raise a request and product will be collected from their house. If you want to talk to someone regarding his query, there are option of AI chat. You can directly chat with the customer care. You can ask for callback. You can write emails on their customer email IDs. So customers are total in control. In traditional marketing, customers are not in control. If you want to buy a gold, you have to wait for shop to open, and shop will open at 11 a.m. and you have to buy gold before 8 or 9 p.m. because shop will close after 9 p.m. If you want to buy a gold, you have to physically go to that shop. You can't buy gold or maybe jewelry by sitting at home from that shop. They will not deliver at your home. Also, if you want to return it, like you buy a t-shirt from a mall, maybe a size issue, maybe it come defective. Now you have to go back to that shop or mall and return that t-shirt. Some shops have some kind of option that they will take return only on Tuesday or on the particular time period. So you have to wait for that time and you have to go there on particular that time and return your product. So in traditional marketing, customers are not in control. Businesses are in control. They will decide when to open, when to close, when to return, when not to return. But in digital marketing, customers are in control. If you want to enroll for my company digital marketing course, my institute digital marketing course, you don't have to wait for early morning or Monday or Tuesday. You can buy it on even Sunday from directly from our website. So you are in total control. You will decide what time you will buy it. So this is why digital marketing is better than traditional marketing. When customers are in control, customer interact with you more, and businesses know that. That's why they are investing more on digital marketing. The second one is provide convenience. So already I covered that point too. Convenience, that means they will deliver to you, they will take return from you, they will call back you, you can chat with AI, you can send them email, you can buy at late night or early morning, you can buy even in holidays, even in Diwali or Independence Day, like a national holiday. So it's a total convenience. You don't need to worry about anything. You don't even have to sit or stand up from your bed. You can do everything by sitting at on chair or lying on the bed. That much of convenience digital marketing is, or online marketing is giving to you. Third one is satisfaction. The digital marketing, everything is online. So now companies are forced to resolve your queries, because if they don't resolve your queries, it can hit their brand name, because everything can get viral if you have some kind of complaint and they are not listening to you. Like lots of time it's happened to Snapdeal, Amazon, Mantra, Airtel, Zomato. When they don't listen to the customer's complaint, customers click the screenshot or upload it on a social media handles or Twitter, or give them a bad reviews on Google or on their website. Then within a few seconds, they check the reviews or the screenshot and start calling you or emailing you and resolve your query within a few seconds. So now customers know that if they don't resolve your queries, it can hit their brand reputation, because you can give them a negative review or negative feedback, and you can post your complaint on online, and everyone will see that and they will stop buying product from you. Now in digital in traditional marketing, if you want to do something, you have to particularly go to that place and raise your complaint there. Then they will ask you to come back again, or maybe they will ask you to come on a particular time. Here in digital marketing, that's not happen. You have a complaint, go to the help center, click there. There were three options there: chat with AI, call us, or ask for callback, or the last one is send an email. So satisfaction is more as compared to traditional marketing. So people are investing more on digital marketing, buying product from digital medium. For example, from grocery product to electronic product, or electronic product to shopping, what I wear, what I eat, I am doing everything online. In last 2 years of this lockdown or pandemic, I haven't buy anything from a local shop. If I need to buy grocery, I am buying from Amazon Pantry. If I need to buy grocery, I'm buying it from Big Basket or Grofers. If I need to buy clothes, I'm buying it from Mantra. If I need to buy mobile devices or laptop, I'm buying from Amazon. If I need to buy electronics, I'm buying it from Flipkart or Amazon. Even I built a house in Delhi, and every single light, every single product of my house, I bought from Amazon and Flipkart, because the customer satisfaction they provide to you, the fast delivery and fast resolvance of query, or the convenience they are providing you. So now customers are also buying from online channels, whether it's a normal website or an e-commerce website like Amazon. So every website or every business now need to be present online. They know that. That's why they are doing digital marketing and looking for digital marketers. Then the another point why traditional marketing or digital marketing differ is drives brand loyalty. For example, as I told you that 90% of my product comes from Amazon or Flipkart, and I am so satisfied with the Amazon service. I bought their Prime, where they deliver me product in within 24 hours. So we get habitual when we buy something from online place, or we get something really good in return. Like we use application for UPI payment like GPay, PhonePe. I am really impressed with GPay. GPay is really quick when it's make UPI payments, or when I receive payment from the student, so really better. So it also drive brand loyalty, because if you satisfy your customers online, they will come again to you and they will become your permanent customer. Now the next point is reduce the selling cycle. That means you will buy a product within a 4 to 5 minutes, or maybe less than that. If you want to buy a mobile device, just go, you will go, add to cart, make the payment, that's it. But to traditional marketing, to buy a mobile device, you have to go to the shop. They will show you different mobile devices. You will check everyone. Then you will give them a payment. They will give you the device. Then you will come back again. Come back home. That means 4 to 5 hours. So here in this circle is reduced. Now the reduce the cost of sales. The benefit of digital marketing or online marketing is it's also reduce the cost of sale. In traditional marketing, you have to hire salesperson, you have to actually rent a shop, you have to pay municipal taxes, you have to hire employees. But in digital marketing, just create a website, attach a payment gateway, that's it. Everything will be done online automatically by that website. You don't need to worry about that. So the cost for sale is totally zero. For example, the course you are getting here in digital marketing from our institutes are around 1 lakh or 50,000. But now we are providing online courses, so our cost reduced. Earlier the courses you enroll for 50,000 and 1 lakh rupees. Now you are getting same course at 25,000 and 60,000. Why? Because cost for sale reduced for us, only because now we are not running the institute, a physical institute. We don't paying any taxes. We are not paying heavy electricity bills, because we are working from home. So that also happen in digital marketing. Why edtech companies like Upgrade, Simply Learn, or Great Lakes are so popular? Because they are providing same courses in half price as compared to the universities, because they are edtech company. They are working from home and they are teaching you online courses. So the price a cost of sale is reduced. So this is also a benefit of online marketing. Build your brand. So building your brand from scratch. Online marketing is the best thing you can do because the total number of population, total number of active users here, and the cost it takes to promote your brand. Like in traditional marketing, if you want to promote, the only option for you to is create big billboards or hoardings and uh, print the pamphlets and circulate them, and it will cost you a lot. But here, to create the brand awareness, to build your brand, you just need to make social media pages, work on your SEO, send email marketing campaigns, work on mobile marketing, and you can build your presence. The next one is provide targeted results. In traditional marketing, you cannot target your customer. For example, if I have an institute and I am providing digital marketing courses and I choose to promote my institute courses through traditional marketing, so the option for me is running advertisement on television or running advertisement on newspaper. Let's say I decided to run advertisement on a newspaper on a front page, and it cost me around 10 to 15 lakh rupees. Now, what will happen that newspaper will go to everyone house. Not everyone house or every person want to learn digital marketing. That newspaper will be read by a rickshaw puller or vegetable vendor or someone who is 60 years old or someone who are 35-year-old or someone who are 14-year-old. Everyone will read that newspaper. And then not everyone is my customer. My customer is only student who are age of 19 to 25 and those who are looking for internship and job. But the newspaper don't work like that. They will be delivered to every single house. So you cannot target your audiences. Half of your advertisement money will go to waste because the newspaper is going to everyone's house. In digital marketing, you can target your audience according to their interest. So if I run advertisement on Facebook or Instagram, my advertisement will only be appear to that person which is actually want to learn digital marketing. An example are both of you. You seen our advertisement and you decided to fill the form and you receive a call from our side because you were interested in digital marketing. If you weren't interested in digital marketing, you will not see our advertisement. You seen our advertisement only because it was your interest and you are looking for digital marketing courses. So I can target people through digital marketing according to their interest or their demographics like age or gender or their behaviors. What kind of behavior they have? Are they impulsive buyer? Are they visiting websites? Are they filling forms? Are they making online transaction or not? So I can target on digital market on the basis of demographics, interest, and behaviors. The second last point is it is measurable. You can measure the success, and that means if I'm running advertisement, I can actually measure how much it cost me to bring you to this course, or how much it cost me to bring your information, that means email ID and phone number, to call you. I can actually calculate that. Also, I can calculate that how much time it take for me to do that. In traditional marketing, it's not possible. In traditional marketing, you cannot calculate the insight of your campaign. For example, you run. I gave you example. I ran example. I published an advertisement on a newspaper. I gave 15 lakh rupees for that. Now that advertisement, a newspaper went to everyone's house, but I don't know how many students uh, came from this advertisement and how I will calculate. Let's say 5 students came from the advertisement. How I will calculate? Actually, they came from after seeing that advertisement, or maybe they see by they came to my institute by any referral, or maybe by my company name, or maybe by seeing advertisement on television. So it's not measurable. But in digital marketing, it's measurable, and also it's cost effective. The last one is it's cost effective. Why? Because is really cheap. As I told you, in running advertisement on TV, television, it will cost me around 10 to 12 crore, or in newspaper, it will cost me 15 to 20 lakh rupees to run advertisement. Here in digital marketing, I can run advertisement 100 rupees or 200 rupees. That cost effective, cost effective is digital marketing is. So that's why digital marketing is so important and better than traditional marketing. Any doubt, any question? Osmi, any doubt, any question? Okay. What about you?
No, sir.
Okay. So as I told you that digital marketing, it's measurable and it's cost effective. Now I will show you actually in a practical way how much cost effective and measurable it is. So because if you don't see it practically, if you don't learn it practically, it will be hard to believe and hard to learn. So this is the thing, tool we use to run advertisement on Facebook and Instagram. So every lead or every conversion we make through our advertisement will be, you can see here. So now I will show you our ad center from where we run advertisement for other companies and also for our platforms. So right now we are running advertisement for two companies, for one our company and there is another company we are running advertisement. And I will show you how cost effective and measurable digital marketing actually is. So this is the ad center. So the advertisement you seen in past, or you fill that form and you receive a call from our student counselor or maybe a business executive regarding this digital marketing course, is this advertisement. Uh, yeah, the third one, the lead one, this one, 256 one, April batch. So this advertisement right now is active and we are collecting leads especially for those who are interested in digital marketing by running this advertisement. And you both of girls saw this advertisement and click on apply now and fill your details and then you receive a call from our side. Now, how cheap digital marketing is as compared to traditional marketing? Even a one by one box of marriage in newspaper, if you want to run advertisement of wanting a groom or wanting a bride in newspaper, one by one column, it costs you around 10 to 12,000. Imagine running advertisement on front page or on the last page or half of the page. It costs you 10 to 15 lakh rupees. Here I am generating a lead, that means your information in just 17 rupees. That much cheap digital marketing is. Now also we are running advertisement for another company, Stock 23. How much we are generating one lead, that means one website traffic in 1 rupees. That much digital marketing is cheap. 1.56 rupees, 1.20 rupees, 2.98 rupees, I am reaching to 1000 people and I am collecting lead in 70 rupees. So digital marketing is really cheap as compared to traditional marketing. That's why companies are investing more and more and more in digital marketing. And where they are investing more and more in digital marketing, it's creating a lot of job. And when it's creating a lot of job, so obviously there is a future for you, whether as a freelancer or as a digital marketer or as a future business owner. So that you can do when you have a knowledge of doing digital marketing. So this all about the measuring of, sorry, this is all about the cheap or how cost effective digital marketing is. The measuring part, you cannot actually find out how many saw your advertisement on television or how many see the advertisement on newspaper. But here you can actually find out. Look at this. I spent around 1300 rupees on this advertisement. You can see how much amount I spent, 13,000, and how many people I reach. Exact number, 4,38,425 till now. People I reach. How many impression? That means how many time my ad appears on someone's feed or someone's story. 6,07,465. How much it will cost me per thousand? 2 rupees to reach 1000 people. It cost me 2 rupees 98 paisa. So it is measurable too. You can measure it by the number of clicks, by the number of reach, by the number of impression. So it's cost effective as well as it's measurable. In traditional marketing or digital marketing, we cannot find out. If someone is running advertisement on television, the business owner or the advertiser cannot find out how many people see the television. or the actual advertisement. They don't know which channel you are watching. So same with newspaper. You publish advertisement on the front page or maybe on the third page. Let's example, you publish advertisement on the third page. Maybe you only read the front page for headings or second page, or maybe you only read the Daily Times for gossips or page 3. You don't read third page or fourth page. So you cannot measure the traditional marketing, but you can measure digital marketing. That's why companies are interested into it. Now come to the added part. I will show you how we can target people on the basis of their interest. So as I told you earlier that in digital marketing, we can target them who are actually looking for us. We are not targeting everyone. We are not randomly targeting everyone. We are targeting everyone, those who are interested. An example are both of you. Both of you are interested in digital marketing. That's why you saw our advertisement. In traditional marketing, there is no chance because newspaper or television channels are seen and watched by everyone. Here you can see I actually target the people in India age of 20 to 35 because this is the age who want to learn digital marketing. This is the location I am providing courses, and this is the interest I am targeting them. This box will come under the demographics part, location and age, and this will come into the part of interest. So those who have interest in small businesses, web analytics, conversion marketing, PPC, search engine, content marketing, email marketing, digital marketing, small and medium enterprises of marketing or social media marketing, I am targeting these people. And you have interest in this. That's why you saw our advertisement and fill that form. So this is another benefit of digital marketing. Now let's come back to the presentation again. So cost effective, we checked 14 rupees per lead or 1 rupees per website click. Measurable, we know the exact numbers, exact impressions or exact reach. Targeted, I already shown you, we can target our audiences by their interest, behavior or demographics. So this is all about the difference between traditional marketing and digital marketing. Now, let's say you decided to learn digital marketing. And when you decided to learn digital marketing, you should know what you have to learn in this course. So in this course, you will learn around 8 to 16 modules, depend upon which program you have enrolled. If you enroll for master program, you will learn 8 modules. If you enroll for PG certification program, you will learn 16 modules. So, but out of those 8 or 16 modules, their modules are really important, which you have to learn. And in the master and the PG, all the modules are covered. So you don't need to worry about that. In master, we cover all the modules which are important. In PG, we also cover the same module, but it's only about a certification. So these are things you have to learn. Number 1 is website design or creating a website, which you will learn. The next topic, which will be in our next class, will be how to design a website. Then SEO. After designing a website, you need to optimize your website for search engine like Google because competition is too high. If I am providing digital marketing courses, 15 to 20 other institutes are also providing digital marketing courses, and I want to beat them. I will beat them with this process, search engine optimization. So my website appears on the first page. PPC, running advertisement on Google Ads. Social media marketing, using channels like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and promoting your content there, like you saw our advertisement on Facebook or Instagram. Email marketing, collecting email ID. We have your email ID now. So what we will do, we will send you frequent emails. Whenever we launch a webinar or workshop or any other, provide any kind of promotion or any educational mails or any infographics or any newsletters, we will send you emails. So this is also part of email marketing. Display advertising or banner ads. The videos or poster you see when you are using an application on your mobile device or watching a YouTube video or playing a game like a Ludo King, you will see a video or image advertisement. They are example of display advertising. Affiliate marketing. If you are an influencer, if you have some kind of base, if you have a followers or subscriber, you can become an affiliate marketer and promote other companies' product. They will reach to you and ask you to promote their product, like Amazon used to do. Amazon have a biggest affiliate marketer program. I have a huge followers on Instagram, around 25,000 followers I have, and I am a part of Amazon affiliate marketing program. Amazon come to me and ask me to promote their product. I do that, and they gave me a commission. So This is also a part of digital marketing, content marketing. Everything you will do here is related to content. You have to create a content, whether it's a text-based content like a blog or article, or a media-based content like an image or a video. How to create it and how to sell it or promote it. And the last one and the main one is online reputation management. As I told you, a one wrong step, a one wrong decision can hit your brand name and your business will be go down. So online reputation management is really important. Otherwise, people will respond to you because everything get viral online within a few seconds. That's why companies really company respond within a few seconds if you raise a complaint on Twitter or Facebook or give them a bad review, because they want to sort out your problem. Otherwise, some other customer will see it, other potential customer will read that review or watch that post and start rating you low, or maybe they will not become your customer in future. For example, I can give you there is some kind of thing with Zomato, and Muslim guy deliver a product at their home, and the person who ordered the product just said that I will not take a delivery from a Muslim man, and that post got viral, and Zomato have to come back and ask, and that person block that person account from Zomato because he's differentiating between the religion. Same thing happened with Zomato again. A Zomato person and the social media influencer, they got to some kind of fight. They punch each other. That thing got viral on internet. Now Zomato have to resolve that query within a 1 or 2 hours. They have to provide legal support to both parties, the influencer and the employer. So that's how this online reputation can hurt you, how to manage it, how to resolve conflict, and how to deal with these kind of crises, because every person will deal with that. It doesn't matter you have a company like Zomato, Amazon, or Flipkart, or you have a small business, a small startup, and no one knows about you. Everyone will deal with that, because a single person review can hurt you. If someone give you one rating, it can bring your rating down to 3 or 4. For example, you have a rating of 5, and one person give you a 4 rating or 3 rating or 2 rating or 1 rating. Now your rating will be 4.9 or 4.8. So every single bad review, every single bad rating, every single bad post or feedback can hurt your business. It doesn't matter you are a big multinational company like Amazon, or you're a small startup and no one knows about you. Still, if you are getting bad response from your customer or bad engagement from your customer, it will hurt you really, really, really bad. So this is all about the key components of digital marketing. But as a digital marketer, what you will learn and what will be your objective, you have to understand that. So your main objective as a digital marketer, because learning digital marketing is not hard, but setting your goals and objective is hard. So what is like if I ask you what is your goal after learning digital marketing, you will say my goal is getting a job or starting a business. But when an employer asks you what is your objective of how you will run a successful marketing campaign or a digital marketing, so that's the point you have to answer. That reaching the right audience, that means those who are looking for you, like we reach to you. You are looking for digital marketing course, and we reach to you. So reaching the right audience, that means targeting on their basis of their interest, behavior, and choosing the right platform. We know that you are using Instagram, Facebook. That's why we targeted you on Instagram, Facebook. We know that you are not using Twitter or LinkedIn that much. That's why we didn't target you on LinkedIn or Twitter or Snapchat. We know where you are. That's why we are targeting you on that platform. Engaging with your audience, like conducting polls, stories, asking me question like ask me anything on Instagram stories, replying on comments or messages. These kind of things are like engaging with your audiences, resolving their every query. If someone typing on the comment really interesting, a really good initiative by you, to respond to them, thank you. So every engagement matters. That bring customers faith in your brand, that you are really think more about your customers. You are engaged with your customers. Motivate your audience to take an action. It's not about you just creating a content. You have to create a content where they take action. Like you are creating a video, and you want to take some kind of action on that video. So what you can do, You can, after creating a video, you can ask, share your views on comment box. You will add one line on your video, share your feedback or comment on the comment box. What will happen? They will start sharing their honest feedback on the comment box. It doesn't matter they are negative or positive. It doesn't matter you are actually reading them or not, but it's an engagement, customer engaging with your content. And when companies or when Facebook and Google see that customers engaging with their content, they start giving you a reach. How these influencers on YouTube or Instagram get viral reach? Because customers engage with their content, whether they send them a personal message or like the content or comment on the content or save the content to save it later. And how they do that? They do a trick like that. Comment what do you think about that video in the comment box, or like it, or mention us, or we will give you some kind of a giveaway. So these kind of things companies do or influencer do to bring engagement. Efficient spending on your campaign. You have to set your budget, how much you will spend, and these kind of things, efficient spending on campaign and return on investment, we will cover in detail in our next classes when we learn about the digital marketing objectives. We will cover everything in detail. So this is all about a basic of digital marketing and the difference between digital marketing and online marketing, and what are the key components of digital marketing. So any question, any doubt you guys have, you can ask. Any question, any doubt, Moshmi, Shana?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so that's it for today about the introduction of digital marketing part. Now, in our next lecture, which will be conducted on our next class, we will learn about how to create a website without using a website builder tool. So, as I show you here in this next presentation, and in next presentation and next topic, in traditional marketing, if you want to set up your business offline, what you have to do actually is you have to go to a market or a shopping mall. You have to actually buy a place or rent a place for your shop. Then you will do some interior and decoration of your shop. Then you will showcase your product and hire some employee there. And that's how you will open a shop in physical market, in offline marketing. In digital marketing, it's totally different. The first step and the first thing you have to learn as a digital marketer is how to set up your business online, or how to set up your client business online. And in another term, in digital marketing term, we call it how to create your digital footprint on internet. Digital footprint means the website, social media pages, or other kind of things. In traditional marketing, everyone knows, go to mall or market, rent a shop or buy a shop, buy some furniture and other interior products and showcase your product, hire some employee, and then start promoting it by using hoardings outside your shop, using billboards on the highways, and circulating and distributing the pamphlets. This is all about traditional marketing. And digital marketing is totally different. In digital marketing, to set up your business, we have three options. Number one is website, number two is social media, and number three is local SEO or local listing. So as a digital marketer, you have three options to set up your business or your client business online. And number one is website, and everyone knows about that. You want to go online, create a website on a GoDaddy, Wix.com, WordPress, Shopify, anywhere. It's simple, everyone knows that. But there is a catch here. You don't need actually a website. You can also create your online presence, and you can actually sell your product directly from the social media handle. These social media handle like Facebook, Instagrams provides pages option or business account option where you can create your page, and they actually work like website. And I give you a example. You both, if I'm not wrong, you both use Instagram. Open your Instagram account when you can do this after lecture, or you can do right now. It's up to you. Open your Instagram account, go to the search bar and type Mintra, Mintra.com. Type the Mintra, and Mintra page will open. When you click on the Mintra Instagram page, there will be a tab, Add Shop tab. Click on that shop tab, and you will see all the product from Mintra there. So that's the benefit of social media pages. Instagram and Facebook are providing shop tab on their pages, and you can actually list your product on Instagram, and buyers can actually buy that product from your Instagram account. Facebook will take the payment, Facebook will deliver the product to customer house, and Facebook will deposit the payment on your account. So like Amazon work, in next coming days, Facebook and Instagram will work in the same way. So in near future, if you are planning to open an e-commerce website, or if you planning to open an e-commerce store, or if you are working for a company who deals in e-commerce, so you don't need to go to a website to buy a product or to create an e-commerce website. You can actually do everything online using Facebook and Instagram. An example is Mintra. Mintra have this shop option, and this feature is not available for everyone right now. It's right now it's in a beta version. Beta version means it's in a trial version. It's rolled out everywhere in US and Europe. In India, it's only be given to big companies like H&M, Zara, Mantra, these companies. So what you can do with these features, these companies can do, customer can actually buy product directly from the Instagram page. They don't need to go to their website. You can directly buy it from Instagram page. You can directly pay to Facebook, and Facebook will pay to the business owner without taking a single penny of commission. So that is the benefit of the social media. So another way of creating a digital footprint on internet, or creating your online presence, is social media. You don't need to create a website for that. The third one is local listing and local SEO. Obviously, let's say you don't have a business like e-commerce business or big business, so you don't need a social media page or website. Let's say you are a small chemist shop, or a grocery shop, or a small automobile shop at a particular location. How you will bring customer to your business? And for those kind of small shop owners, whether automobiles or a grocery or a painter or a chemist, you can create this local directory account on Google My Business or Yelp Business or Bing Business or Yahoo Business. Earlier, before 2015, we have a local directory like Just Dial or Yellow Pages. Now Google take over everything. Now no one go to Just Dial. We go to Google My Business to check everything. And every small shop owner from our locality have an account on Google My Business. That's how when we type a cake shop near me or a chemist near me on a Google map or a Google search bar, they show us local listing with the actual ratings. And that's how the that shop generate 70 to 80% more traffic, and it's totally free. And every small vendor, whether it's a vegetable seller or a chemist shop owner or a grocery shop or a small shop at your locality, everyone have an account almost there. And now I will show you the last part, practically how a local listing works and how a local listing actually looks like. Let's say there is a birthday at my house. My sister have a birthday today, and I need to buy a cake. So I have two options. One option is to start my car, go to the market, go to the shop, make the payment, and bring the cake home back. But I don't know where is the shop is. I don't know what type of cakes they have, because I am looking for an eggless cake, 1 kg vanilla chocolate cake. I don't know the price. I don't know the taste. Maybe I go to the shop, buy the cake, but the cake quality was really bad, because I'm the first time I'm buying cake from that shop. So I am little worried about. So I will not go with the second option. I will go the first option. I will type here cake shop near me on a Google search engine or on a Google map. Both will work in the same way. When I will type a cake shop near me, these type of listing will appear. These are the example of Google My Business listing. Or every listing have a reviews, every listing have their shop name, and every listing have their other detail. Like if this is a listing with 29 reviews, Baker Hut. If I click here on this listing, their listing will open on Google Map with the exact location of that shop. And that's how Google Map works. Have ever wondered, ever worried about how Google knows about every street, every shop? Because like if you want to go to a bank, or if you want to know the location of a chemist shop or a hospital or a ATM, how Google knows that? Because those banks, those shop owners, those ATMs, they create local listings on internet, these kind of local listing. And this Baker Hut, which is selling a cake, also created this local listing. Their reviews are here, so their reviews are 4.4. That means their cakes are actually good. They have a rating more than 4. So I know the rating. That means I will go with this company cake or this shop cake. They have their address, they have their map, so I can directly visit them. I don't need to ask to someone when I in the market, can you tell me where is the Baker Hut shop? Because I have the exact location, I can directly reach to them. I know their opening hours. They will close at 10 p.m. So I will go before 10 p.m. there. I have their phone number. If I want to know something really specific, or I want to customize my cake before going there, or I want to ask, do you provide home delivery? So I can call them on this number. I can actually watch or see the images of the cake and the shop. The same shop look like this. The shop look like this, and the cake look like this. So this is the example of local listing, and every single local shop owner from your locality almost have a local listing on internet, because it's totally free and it's bring businesses. Because before going anywhere these days, we search the location on a Google map or a Google search engine, because it save time, it save our energy. And that's how these shop owners are increasing 70% of store traffic on their offices or on their shops. So this is the example of local listing. Earlier, before 2005 to 15, we have Just Dial. Company used to create account on Just Dial, and if you need information, call Just Dial and they will give you information. Now, this is all about Google My Business local listing. Let's say watch our local listing. It's not about the shop owners. Every bank, every institute, every hospital create local listing, and this is our local listing. How do you know that we are verified, we are actual IDM, and we are not a fraud? By checking the local listing, it is verified or not. This is our local listing, IDM Institute of Digital Marketing. This is our reviews, 4.686 reviews. This is our location, our closing time, the courses we are providing, our address, our actual location, which is attached to the Google map, and this is the blue tick on Google. So Google actually verified by visiting our office. So what happens when we create a Google listing now? So Google send us a OTP by post. This is the actual business located on that address or not. To verify that, then we have to submit that OTP on the application and verified our profile. That's how you will understand that we are the actual owner of the property and we are a verified institute by this blue tick, because we have to submit lots of documents that we are government authorized, we are authorized by Google, these kind of things, and you will get the blue tick. If you get the blue tick, your listing will appear on the top. If you don't get the blue tick, your listing will appear at the bottom. Why we are at the top as compared to International Data Management Limited, TVS Electronics, IDM Furniture? Why we are on top? Because we are verified profile. So this kind of local listing you will create for your businesses or shops. So this is a third way of promoting your business online, or getting online with your business or creating digital footprint on internet. This is the website, and website are different. We have website. This is our website. One way of promoting. This is our local listing. Second way of promoting. And these are our social media handles: LinkedIn, Facebook, LinkedIn, Naukri. These are the example of creating presence online by using social media. So we are doing all three. But it's up to you. You want to do all three or you want to go with one. It depends upon how much you can manage and how much you can invest on digital marketing. Now let's come back to our presentation. So on our next lecture, we will learn about the first thing, which is website, how to create a website. And then after learning that topic, we will go to our next topic by creating online presence on social media. And then we will go to local SEO. Then we will go to our other topics like SEO, SEM, web analytics, automation, one by one. So the next topic will be website topic, creating a website without coding. And anyone can create a website. You don't need to have a knowledge of HTML, Java, or CSS. It's not necessary. You can create website without a single word of coding. That I will teach you on the next class. But for doing that, you need to pick a business name or business category for your website. And how you will do that? You will go to again to the Google and type GoDaddy like this. A GoDaddy website will open. And the next thing you will do, you will think about a business category or a business name for your business. Because to create a website, you need a domain name and a business name. And a domain name is unique. If someone have already using that domain name, you can't use it, like a phone number. If someone already using that phone number, you cannot use the same phone number. Same like domain name. If someone is using the domain name, you cannot use it. So you have to think about your business and you have to go with that. For example, I am opening a digital marketing agency and I have decided my digital marketing name will be IDM Digital X. This will be my digital marketing agency name. So I will search a domain name is available or not by typing it here, and I will click here on search domain. And within a few seconds, this tool will tell me the domain name is available or not. If domain name is available, I will buy it or I will create my website. If domain name is not available, I will change my company name. So you can see domain name is available. .com and .in both are available in 199 and 149. So both are available. Let's say I have decided a different name. Let's say I decided only Digital X name. I will search it and it will show me that the domain name is not available because someone already using that. It's available, but 1,45,000 rupees. No, I will not invest that much money on a single domain name. Why? Because domain name are really cheap. You can buy domain name in 200 rupees. Here they are asking me 1,40,000 rupees. So what I will do, I will change my business name. I will think a different business name and choose a domain name which is available, or I will go with this one, digitalx.coin in 99 rupees only. I will not go with .com because too costly. So the same thing you have to do before the next class you conduct. You have to search a domain name for your business. Like our other students used to create website for blogging purposes, for e-commerce, for bakery, for dance, for photography, or for other kind of purposes. So pick a business. Think about it. In near future, if you decide to become a businessman, if in near future you decide to become an entrepreneur, what kind of business you will start? And then think about a business name, a catchy business name, and type the business name here and check the domain is available or not. If it is available, then choose that domain name, and you don't need to buy. You just need to check right now. I'm not asking to buy it. I'm asking you to choose. And then we will create website on Wix.com on our next class using that business name. If you don't come up with any idea of any business name, what you can do, you can create a website with your name, like a blogging website, like digital. My name is Prashant. I will can create my website digitalprashant.com. So if you don't have any idea about any business, what you can do, you can create your personal portfolio or website like this, digitalprashant.com or digitalprashant.co, or you can start like blogger Prashant and you can search it like this. If you want to create a blogging website like a food blogger or a travel blogger or a fashion blogger, so you can go with blogger Prashant or Prashant blogger Prashant.in, or you can create like foodblog.com or travelblog.com or crazy blog or blog with me or read my blog. Any kind of domain name you can choose. If you don't have any business idea, go with the blogging part, or you just go with your name and create your port, because you need a business name to create a website. You don't need to buy a domain name. I'm not asking you to buy it. I'm just asking you to search it, to understand how to pick a domain name and how to pick a business name. Because if domain name is not available, you need to change your business name. You can't use a different business name and different domain name, otherwise your customer will get confused. You need to pick same business name and same domain name. Your business and domain name can't be different. You don't want to make your customer confused. So before naming your business, always check that the domain name is available or not. If domain name is available, only then name your business. Understand? Okay. So that's all for today's class, Chana and Moshimi. And on our next class, uh, we will learn about how to create a website, and I will teach you a website creating on a Wix.com. For that, I already asked you to think about a business idea, a business name, and check the domain is available or not. And on a next class, if you have a laptop, so you will bring laptop on the class, because on the same time I am creating a website here, you will do the same thing side by side on the laptop. It help you to learn it quickly, because doing it anything practically make it interesting and make it easy to learn. If you don't do it at the same time or maybe after the class, you will forget the features or the tricks I am using, because a lots of things will be involved in designing a website or running a marketing campaign. So a paper, notebook, and a pen and a laptop, bring on the next class. When I design the website, do the same thing with me. So learning or doing it practically will make it really interesting. You will really enjoy it. Now every student which who are learning digital marketing from us have a really good functional website. They are using it and they are generating traffic, and lots of are using it as a freelancing work or part-time work, or few of them are now become some kind of a blogger and they are earning money from their website too. So think about a business. Don't think to get a job in digital marketing. Think how can I become a influencer or freelancer or get a part-time work, or can start my own digital marketing agency. For that, think a business idea, think a business name, search it on a GoDaddy if it's available, go with that business name, and we will create a website on our next class. So that's all about today. If you have any question, you can ask. Any question, Mosmi?
No, sir. It's clear.
Okay. What about you, Chana? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Chana, you are here for the demo class, right?
Yes, sir. Demo
So
class.
any question regarding the course, because I am from the faculty, I can answer the question.
Yes, sir. I had some doubts to clear regarding the course.
You can ask me, because the person you are talking is a business executive and student counselor. I am the actual faculty. So any question you have regarding the course, you can ask me.
Okay. So firstly, I wanted to ask that whether we should go for like